I don't know about you boys, but I'm pretty beat.
Well, it's too damn bad you never found that Bob character. Seems a shame he never had to pay.
Well, funny thing about that, I did have one more chance at him. Six months ago, I heard that Butch and Sundance were back in the States and had gathered up some of their old gang. I tracked them down, hoping that Roscoe Bob Bryant had returned with them.
So you're saying they didn't die down in Bolivia?
That's what I'm saying. "40 years I had waited to get my hands on the last of my brother's killers. Not even an army of demons could have stopped me now.
Now I have this dumb revolver I don't want. This isn't the 6-shooter I want. I don't want the Ranger.
Both Johnny Ringo and Jim Reed fell fairly quickly. But the last one, Roscoe Bob Bryant.
I swap
that
weapons.
son of a bitch had managed to escape my vengeance time and time again. I couldn't even be certain I'd recognize him after all those years. By now, he had to be close to 70.
So for all you know, he could have been dead.
That thought had indeed crossed my mind, as did others.
Yeah, this Ranger
For
is
instance,
horrible.
Did
I
my
don't like
thirst
it.
for vengeance turn me into something worse than the man I was after? By this point in my storied career, I had killed more men than Bob Bryant ever had. I was furious as hell at that bastard for making me who I am. A man with no family, no friends, no purpose except shooting Bob Bryant dead.
Alright, I was expecting there to be something up there, but nope.
Nothing could stop me from taking his life. I'd been after that killer forever. From the time I rode with Billy the Kid. But that chapter of my story you already know.
Chapter of that fairy tale, you mean?
Suddenly, it was 1910. There I was, an old man roaming a ghost town dead almost 2 decades.
Where is the... Yeah, I hear you, but where is it? Okay, but where is it? What is the secret? Dwight Eisenhower. Okay, we found it. But, like, I have no idea where it was. It was in that area.
Town was falling apart, just like me.
Where did it say this was? Lawrence, Kansas? Who
But I
in the
wasn't about to
hell
call it quits.
did I just kill? Alright, is there something over here? No, just that dude that shouldn't have been there? Fair enough.
Even though the ghosts of my dead brothers were begging me to end what I started so long ago.
Mr. Greaves, are you all right? Would you like some water?
The Wild Bunch knew I was there. They were after a treasure they had hidden before they fled, buried in the grave of a dead amigo. Some folks think the town is haunted, so they figured there wouldn't be many people poking around.
Just my dumbass, I guess. Where does it want me to go?
I intended to fill that grave with Bob Bryant's corpse. But like I said, the bandits knew I was on to them. They lured me in and hit me with everything they had.
Give me 1 second, boys. I'm trying to find that. Alright, let's go back to war. Oh, you guys threw dynamite at me? That's gonna hurt. Dude, I am getting so exposed by these. Dude.
But you obviously prevailed since you're sitting here telling us the tale.
Actually, in that moment, I did not prevail.
So I suppose we're talking to a ghost.
Funny you should put it like that, Jack. Because when I woke up,
From the dead?
there was silence all around me.
Oh, convenient. I'm glad they let me live.
I could swear to God I saw Billy then.
Billy who?
Billy, the kid. William Bonney. He was shooting at me from a rooftop. Here and there, and even over there.
That was not the wrong button. I've done a lot of
I am
bad
right.
things.
You are touched in the head.
Mr. Greaves, perhaps we should switch you to coffee?
You see that old Indian again, too?
No, but I did see Billy's killer. Patrick Floyd Garrett. He
What the
came
hell?
at me guns a-blazing. But I knew that old war horse had died 2 years before. I wondered if maybe I was dead too and confronting the ghosts of my past. Perhaps all my sins were coming back to haunt me and drag me down to perdition.
I don't know. All I know is that during that that QuickTime event, I did not hit the wrong button. Now I'm fighting people
I
that are
saw
popping
Henry
active
Plummer throw
camo.
dynamite at me. And in the gates of the cemetery, I saw John Wesley Hardin, just like I remembered him.
Alright, the last nugget of truth is somewhere in this building. I need to get it and then just stop getting shot, I guess. Alright, apparently that's not an option. Alright, bros, just die for a sec. Let me go on with my life. Alright, there we go.
Robert Ollinger appeared with his terrible double-barrel shotgun. But no ghost army was stopping me.
My father-in-law got hit with a fallen branch. He spent the rest of his life talking to dogs.
Yeah, we're definitely crazy at this point.
Newman Hayes Clanton, William Brocious, John Peters Ringo, they all wanted me dead.
I'm straying away from the story. Where do I go then? Do I just stay down here and fight?
The Dalton brothers, Robert and Grattan, guardians of the Garden of the Dead. George Curry and Harvey Logan, alias Kid Curry, both thirsty for vengeance from the great beyond. Jesse, Woodson, James, and Jim Reed, each one deader than the next. I thought I would go crazy.
Thought?
Yeah, dude, we're definitely off the deep end at this point, because these ghosts are kicking my ass.
Finally, I saw Harry Alonzo Longabaugh.
The Sundance Kid?
Like a general leading his Legion of the Dead.
You told us before that you'd see him alive.
He was alive.
No. Sure, okay.
Then I heard a voice call to me from afar. It was Robert Leroy Parker, a.k.a. Butch Cassidy, coming at me from out of the fog.
Thanks for taking care of that bastard.
I'm so lost.
But the kid wasn't quite deceased. Not yet.
Takes more than one little bullet to kill the likes of me, partner.
Well, thankfully it
Those
was
two looked
12
like they hadn't
sticks of
seen each
dynamite.
other for quite a while. Clearly, they were no longer amigos.
Shit. I was hoping I wouldn't have to kill you.
You won't have to, Butch. I'm killing you first.
I asked them about Bob Bryant, but they were too busy with their own heated conversation.
Let me get this shit straight. You want my money and the love of my life?
You frittered it all away, Butch. Eda's mine. And so is that damn money.
I didn't want to shoot anybody until I had an answer to my question, but those boys didn't give me much of a choice.
You and E to switch your focus. Why are we doing this? Oh, that
Butch
was...
Cassidy and the Sundance Kid died there in that cemetery not 6 months ago.
That was so goofy. Okay, though. Surprisingly, that's the duel we get first try, but okay.
Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid were killed by the Bolivian army. Everybody knows that.
That's the legend, but it ain't the truth.
So, you never found Bob?
There is no Bob. This old sumbitch ain't even Silas Greaves.
Sir, is that true? Have you been pulling our legs this whole time?
Well, not the whole time.
Oh man, I think you've worn out your welcome here.
Maybe you're right, Jack. Maybe it's time to pay. You see, Ben, or should I say Bob, your past always catches up with you.
I was a different man back then, crazy. Drinking, I've changed my ways, I swear to you. If I could turn back the clock,
But you can't, Bob.
choose your destiny. That's a plot twist I did not expect, because I've never finished this game, watching it or playing it. Ben has been Bob the entire time? I mean, the entire plot has been getting revenge for what Bob did, but at the same time, in the last mission, which, if we're thinking like Silas is thinking, he seemed ready to move on. And he was having a lot of doubts and questions about the decisions he's made over time, so removing your personal biases about what the game is supposed to be, the revenge arc, actually Silas is more of a, at this point, he's more on a redemption arc, so we're just gonna go redemption.
Why'd you toy with me like that? Telling those tales, knowing all along. Why not just lay your cards on the table?
Wanted to suss you out, Bob. See what kind of man you turned out to be. Maybe prod you into drawing on me. See, all those years on your trail turned me into a killer. Can't even remember who I was before you tried to murder me. You, on the other hand, walked that very same path in exactly the opposite direction.
What do you mean by that?
You think your life is worth sparing, Bob? Boy, what's your name again?
It's Eisenhower, sir. Dwight Eisenhower.
What do you plan to do with your life, Dwight Eisenhower?
Tomorrow I'll be leaving for West Point, sir.
So, you want to be a soldier? Well, then do it right, son. Don't tear down the world out of anger and spite like I did. You build it up. You do something decent with your life, you hear me?
Sir? Yes, sir.
I won't have it said I left you with nothing, Bob.
That is such... I don't know what that is. It's so weird. We went the entire game just being an arcade western shooter with a little bit of a story of some dude just novelty telling tales of winning fights against old western legends. And just at the literal 99-yard line, stepping into the end zone, all of a sudden the guy we've been telling the story to is the dude we've been looking for the entire game. And just out of left field, the Dwight character who seems lost and innocent the entire game is Dwight Eisenhower. That is... It's not a bad plot twist. It's just... The Dwight Eisenhower is the part that really confuses me the most. I'll buy the Bob being the person we're talking to the entire time and it being like the story building up to the climax. The Dwight Eisenhower thing is the thing I can't wrap my head around. Whatever, though. This game was fun. It had a decent story. They had parts that got super annoying. Most of the duels I traded in, which that is what it is. Those are supposed to be learning curves, but is there anything after this if I hit escape or does it just take me to the menu? New Game Plus is available and True West difficulty is available. If you guys like these videos, like and sub down below. I'll try to move on to a different game soon after this. I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your day and I'll talk to you whenever the next video may be. A pizza.